Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I am whizzing back from the dealership with our second trailer, and I've actually bought the trailer because I thought, well, we've got plenty of money and the trailer is only about 10,000. I've leased the dolly to go with it rather than buying the dolly. So yeah, we can return that one later if we want to. If we decide that we'll get a truck, a lorry going on these trailers instead of using the tractor, then we can return the dolly that we're leasing and everybody's happy. We haven't lost a lot of money, and the leasing costs of the dolly are very, very low. So we'll bring this one back. The combine is harvesting away in the field. I've tipped out one trailer load of grain, and as soon as the combine has done, well, I'll probably let it do another couple of rounds of the field, just to be sure, and then I'll start it working up and down the field. And probably I'll just stick that on the standard hired help, although I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't decided. I might actually just start it working sideways across the bottom. Who knows? That is all to come. But anyway, whoa! Okay, don't drive too fast around the corners with a road train on behind you, especially when you have a tractor like this, because it will slide you out round and bad things will happen. So let's just skip through the tractors a second and we'll get over to this one. We can start travelling up the field so that we can empty out the combine. My weekly question before I go chasing after that combine: which trailer would you like me to use for our silage when we come to doing our silage next week? I'm going to get one of these silage trailers and lease it, and then we'll run alongside the forager in order to gather up all of the silage. Do you want me to get the Broughan 18-foot 28,000 litre trailer there? Do you want me to get the, where is it there? The Fortuna FDM 200/6. That's a 33,000 litre trailer. Do you want me to get the Kaweco Radium 50 33,000 litre trailer with the opening and closing gates on the top? Do you want the, where is it? There we go. The ACE10 Marston Silage trailer. This is only 20,000 litres, but this is much more like a traditional silage trailer that I personally have used a lot, so that's why I've included that one. I suspect that several people have seen those using, so we sort of got that one in there for those people who sort of used to smaller scale silage. And then we've got the Veenhuis W400 36,000 litre trailer in yellow. So it's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. I will just empty out this trailer a second, this combine a second rather, and I'm thinking I might just start it working up and down at the bottom end of that field. Might be better if I try that. So yeah, I'll empty this one out and get the combine set up doing land work, and then I will get back to you so that we can get those bales loaded up. We're going to take one load up to where the cattle are, and then the rest of them we're going to sell up the top where we sold the first lot. And then once that's done, we're going to get the mowers on and we're going to start mowing the grass up there, and we're going to try and do it the same as we did last time, with mowers and rake going all at the same time. The combine's going up and down that way. I just thought it would be quicker and easier if I just set it doing that. I've got both of these trailers are set on square bales, so we'll start loading. And the first load that we get, the 36 bales that we get to start with, we will run those up to the cattle. Right, there's one trailer loaded, so now if I go to the second trailer and I start that one loading, I'm probably going to have to spin round the tree and come back round again. It's not going to reach that stack there. You do have to get quite close with these auto load trailers. Yeah, once we'll take the first load up to the cattle, and then, well, up to where the cattle are going to be anyway. And then once we've got one load up there stored, the rest we will start selling just for the money, and we will see about getting more straw another time for future use. Right, so you really do have to get so close. And you can't back these trailers around very well. They do not like to be backed. Not when you've got this many on. So I'll have to come right over here, squeeze up tight like that, and we'll get the last two bales on. There we go. Ideal. Right. So now what we've got to do is you unload them. So I just press Y to unload and then put the strap on and move over to the next one. Y to unload and then L for all the straps. Those are strapped down nicely, and it also really increases the weight of the bales on the trailers. And you can see them now really rocking around a bit as we start to move. I was wondering whether I should get a big trailer, because that can carry 30 bales at once, but I thought, no, we'll stick with the small trailers. They're better suited to this map, I think. You can get round the corners a little bit easier. There is the road train pack that is now available. Is that... No, is it AGM? I can't remember what the modding group is that done it. But yeah, there is that pack available, but I won't be using that on this one. I will be using it at different points, just not on this map, I don't think. Combine's almost full. Really slow going up this hill, it really is. We'll get this one over to the cattle. I will go and empty out that trailer and get this moving up towards the cows so that we can get it unloaded up there. Then we'll come back for another load. We're just approaching the cattle now, and I'm not quite sure where I'm going to stick these bales. I'm sort of having a look around, and we may end up having to put them outside, I think. Maybe we'll... If we drop them off outside, we could get a better bale fork or something to put them in later on. There is a bale fork that I want to have a look at. I don't know if it's on the front loaders or if it's in the telehandler section. Because there was a pack. Yes, here. You got that one there, which is for... I think it's for... Yeah, round bales. This one here is the arm raises up and down, so you can use that one to sort of help support. This one here is a pallet fork with grabbers. You can sort of squeeze them. So you've got all sorts of different attachments here for your front loaders. It's absolutely fantastic. There was one in particular that I like the look of. It wasn't that one. It was, I think it's only available on the telehandler, unfortunately. So if we just take a quick look in here... there's this whole pack, and you've got all these CSZ. It's on Modhub. You can get this one all through Modhub. And there was one on here. Where is it? Yeah, I've got a feeling that it's not actually here. It might be... It's not that one. It might be that one. I don't think it is that one, though. I thought it was... Maybe it's this one here. I thought there was another one that you could kind of grab 4 bales with. And it would also allow you... It would sort of grab hold of them at the same time. Unreachable with normal forks, round bales, normal and round. This one's round bales. This one is squeeze. Yeah, I don't know what that one's for. Right, so it would appear that it's not actually here. There was definitely one. I did see it. I remember seeing it, and I thought that is really cool. That'd be really, really useful. It looks kind of like that one and that one combined, really. And I've no idea where it's gone. Maybe I haven't actually activated it. I will have to have a look at that, but it looked like it was a really cool one for moving the bales around. But we're going to bring these over here, and we'll stick them all into this shed, I think. But I'm not going to try backing them in now, because it takes me ages to reverse these trailers anywhere, and I'm not very good at it. So we won't sort of waste a load of time now by doing it. So if I get that one loading again, and then you press B a couple of times so that you can put it out to the side, and then Y to unload it. Perfect. Move to the next trailer, take the straps off, load it, press B to unload. Now, if you come forward a little bit, you can actually squeeze them up a bit tighter. You don't want to go too tight because they sort of go into each other and then explode in a mess of bales everywhere, but if you get them pretty tight together. There we go. That's that lot sorted. So now we'll go racing back down, and the next load that we put on, we will be selling straight away at our sell point that we've got there. The wheat is almost full on the combine, so I need to empty that one out again. But I think overall we're doing pretty well here. So these fields up here, we will work these fields at some point. We'll probably do a grass cut. Maybe we'll do some bales up here. We do a few silage bales up in these fields, and rather than using clamp silage, we could do bales up in some of the smaller fields up this side. And we've got some of the bigger fields here. I'd like to kind of work a lot of the different fields on this map, just so that we can get an idea of it. And we'll also have a go at forestry at some point. I want to do a bit of forestry on this map before we leave. But I'm not quite sure when we're going to get to that. Now, I don't want to spend ages on this map, like we did with Sosnyovka and we're doing with Goldcrest. I'd like to sort of... We're having a good look at the map. But I don't want to be here like too long. I don't want it to sort of stagnate and get dull. So I would really like today in the comment section to hear your views on how long you think we should stay here. How many episodes should we do? Should we be looking at like 40 to 50 episodes and then call it a day and move on? Or do you think we should do a little bit less than that? I don't think that we really... I've done it again. I come around that corner. And yeah, I don't think I'm moving particularly fast when I go around the corner. But I obviously am going too fast for the trailers as I go around there. But anyway... yeah, that's what I want to hear today is, do you think that 40 to 50 episodes is about right, or do you think I should do slightly less than that? I don't think we should do more than 50. Anyway, I'll empty out that combine and we'll come back and we get these bales loaded up. Right then, let's get the next load of bales up. And I would like to at least make a start on doing the... actually, if I press X on that back one, that'll start that one loading. Yeah, I'd like to at least make a start on doing the mowing today as well, because... I'd like to get most of the mowing finished before next week. So most of tomorrow's episode will be mowing and raking, so that then we've got everything that's on the ground, it's ready to go, and then we can get started with the get the forager and silage trailers and everything else, get them all going, and have... Ooh, that's not supposed to happen. Hopefully they'll mostly pick up now on this trailer. I've got one bale there that's floating around. Right, that's all of them. So I'll stop... oh, hang on, no. The first one, I need to just press Y to unload him. Oh, hang on. No, I got bales stuck on the trailer. Right, in which case, what we're going to have to do is... See, I'm loading it. I've now got a bale that's stuck in the middle of it, and that's not really how we want to do things. So I press... not Y. I need to press B. I need to put them on the outside of the trailer. Then I press Y to unload them, and I've got that last bale left there. So now... If I press X, I can start loading that trailer again. And this is what happens with the bales. They kind of suspend themselves in mid-air and they don't actually join you where they're supposed to. So there's one lot. Now if I press Y again and unload them onto the trailer, put the straps on, then we move to the rear trailer. Right, now this one should be still loading. So in theory, should be able to grab that bale. And it's going to be too far away, isn't it? Of course it is. Can I back up enough to... Right, I want to... Is it going to do it? Nope. Not even close. Okay, let's spin round again, and we'll grab that bale. I don't want to get too close to the water, because the last thing I want is these bales falling into the water. That would be an unmitigated disaster, which I do not want to happen. Okay, there we go. Perfect. No lost straw, no lost bales. That one's picked up. So now I can stop that one. I press X to stop that one loading, and then Y to unload onto the trailer. Press L to strap them all down, and that's all the bales. We will go into field 2, and I was actually thinking that we wouldn't use the Artisan stacker, and we would just run around with these, but I think we'll use the Artisan stacker. We'll put the Artisan onto this tractor. We'll run up and down that field and grab those bales, and then we can run them straight up and we can tip them up and sell them at the sell point. So we don't need to... We won't actually use the auto-load trailers for that bit. Then we will get the mowers going and get going with that. I'll worry about baling up this field on our right now, in between this week and next week. I'm not going to worry about doing that on camera because we've seen a lot of baling lately. I know last week we sort of put everything on hold so that we could take a look at the big bud pack. But before that we were doing loads of baling, we've done loads of combining, so I don't really want to get too involved with doing that on screen, and it's not going to be a big job, so I'll do that off screen. It's not going to like hinder the performance of future episodes. So let's come over here. There we go. So that one is on there. If I stop right here and take the straps off, and then I'll go to the back trailer and take the straps off of that one as well, I'm hoping I can get close enough to this barn here that the bales will just sell straight off the trailer. Yes, excellent. There's a little green mark on the floor which does appear to be the outline of where you can sell the bales. Right, there we go. So we're up to 88,000. I realised that the money is down from what I said because I was hoping to break 100, but then I went and bought the second one of these trailers, and I think that was money well spent. These trailers are actually pretty good. I'm very pleased with these trailers. I got no regrets about buying them. Right, let's bring that one over there. I'm just going to park them right here, actually. I think that is a perfect spot for them. They're not going to be really in the way there. We can still get around them with all the machinery. So we can go and get the Artisan stacker on now. That combine down there is now full. So I will... Actually, I'll tell you what. We will just flick straight to him. Let's go over to there. And like some of you have said, You don't really mind me doing this where I just jump straight to the machines. I know it's not realistic, and it does sort of, it breaks the realism, but at the same time, you know that this is what I do behind the scenes. So all I do is I'm just literally going to run this one over here, put him onto the combine, like this, switch the engine off, and I'm going to go back to the tractor. So there we go, that's done. I didn't need to break it out, and to cut it out, not break it out. And we come back onto that one. Right, you press B on this one to put it into loading position, and you can go and you can attack the bales sideways if you want to. It makes no difference to the collection point on the trailer. However, for realism, we will try and take the bales end on. Well, sort of, it says. And we get 16 onto the trailer. Now, I think we're probably going to end up with 2 loads out of this field. I think we will. Quite certain. Right, we come up round there like that. I told you last time that I was using this one, how I have seen one being used in real life. There. You know you're doing it right when you can hit the bale while it's still sort of going through the animation on the trailer, and the bale just slides along in front of you, going in the right direction. Like, hopefully this one will here. There we go. We've got that one right. So that's how you're supposed to approach these bales, so that it picks them up correctly. And if you look in really close, you can actually see the chain is moving continuously as you go along. And that, again, is like real life. What you can't see on there is little tiny spikes. They're about 2 inches long, which is about 50 mil. So about 50 millimeters long, or 2 inches, depending where you are in the world. And those sort of, they're spaced apart. Well, I don't actually know. I'm not even going to guess. But they're spaced at intervals on the chain, so that when you come along and you sort of present the thing to the bale, it actually picks the bale up. And it's those little spikes that sort of dig into the bale and lift it and bring it back, because without them, it would just sort of push it along the ground. It wouldn't pick them up very well. So that's what those do. But you don't actually see the little spikes on the animation on the chain. Or at least the one that I've seen working. I mean, maybe there are versions of this that don't have the little spikes on the chains. I don't know. I'd be surprised if you didn't have the little spikes on the chains, because I fail to see how they would be able to pick the bales up properly if you didn't have them. I can't see that would work, to be honest. But there you go. Anyway, right, we'll get this one up here, and all we got to do is tip it up right within the right sort of space. I'm going to actually turn round, because when we start tipping, the collection, what would you call that bit? The collection piece? I don't actually know. Yeah, let me know in the comment section. What would you call that little bit? The infeed, the bale infeed, the collection, the bale collection device bit on the side. I don't actually know what you would call that. So yeah, that one moves out to the side, so obviously we want to be out this way when we come to unload, because otherwise that would wrap around one of the posts there, and if you were to sweep something like that off the side of your machine, it would be a rather costly mistake to make, and it's not the kind of mistake that we want to make on our farm here. We want to run things efficiently and without damaging everything. Now, if I press Y, it'll go to unload it, and it'll sell the whole lot all at once. So here we go, 16 bales. We're on 88,490, 93,200. So 88, yeah. So about 5 grand for one artisan stacker. That's not bad. That's not bad, really. Now, the only bit that we got to wait for here, how many bales we got left? I can see 4, 8, 12, 16. I can see 17 bales. You've got to wait for those, the bits at the top there. They've got to move all the way back up. I can see 17 bales, which isn't going to be enough to quite reach our target of $100,000. But never fear, we'll have bales down in that field down there that we'll sell as well. And those down there, just to speed things up a little bit, what we might end up doing is just running through the auto-load trailers. We'll turn the auto-loads on both the trailers, and then just go herring up and down the field and gather up all the bales. Not quite so realistic as using the artisan here, and I got no intention of going along and using a loader to do it all, because quite frankly I think that would be really, really dull. I might actually, at some point, if I get enough requests for it, I might do a part of a field where we gather up the bales and we load them manually onto a trailer. maybe if I can get a decent grab where we can pick up a couple of bales all at once, we can sort of couple that with the auto load script so that we just got to bring the bales close to the trailer and then we load them like that. I don't know, what do you guys think? How's that for an idea? Helper J has a full grain tank. I'll tell you what, I will go and empty that because we're getting close to finishing and I wanted to get at least just like get the mowers on and get to the field ready to go. Yeah, the other point actually is if we're doing the mowing, I'm going to have to bring the rakes back for doing... Yeah, that's fine. I can worry about that. Yeah, so if we are... I'll finish loading this and get that grain tank unloaded and then we can start thinking about getting the mowers on and getting up to the field so that we can start doing our mowing. Right, last load of bales for now. There's one bale left in the field. We did count them up accurately. That last bale that is left, I will gather that one up when I'm gathering up the bales that we do in field 3. So we don't need to worry about that one for now. We'll just unload this, get another 5 grand in the pot. Well, almost 5 grand. It's not quite 5 grand, but it's almost. And then once we've done that, we can get the mowers on, which are in that shed over there. And we can also, we'll have to unhitch the rake off of the Linda down there, and we'll use that one as well. So there we go. Boom. Almost 5 grand. Lower this one down. And then we can get started on actually starting our mowing. So we'll go straight to the first field that we come to up there, and we're going to mow at least 2 fields, probably 3 fields, so that we've got plenty of grass to take back. I'm not quite sure how much I'm planning to do, to be honest, because it's whatever we cut, cutting is easy. It's ferrying it back, and what we may end up doing actually is, oh no, we can't. No. I'm not planning to direct cut with the forager. I'm planning to cut with mowers. Like I'm about to start cutting with mowers now. I'm going to drop this weight off here. What it means is we can't leave the hired help going with the forager because you've got to manually drive the forager around when it's on the rows that are down on the field. In which case, yeah, I don't want to do too much really. Before we... Right, which way round do I want to put these onto the back, like this. Oops, too far. And then I can bring these out. The only shed that those will fit into is that one there. Oh, and there's one on the other side. It's exactly the same shed. Yeah, bring those out. And then to get the rake on the back, we then have to go into reverse drive so that we can go up the field, because you can't push the rake along the road in front of you. And technically, you're not supposed to do that when you're driving along the road, but I think we'll probably be okay. Considering that we're moving it, and people have told me that they've seen such a setup driving down the road in different countries. It's not a common sight, but they have seen it going around, so I think we can probably get away with it, because to be honest, you're going to struggle to be able to do it the other way around, because the front links on the tractor, that's a lot of weight to put on the front links, and generally speaking, front links on tractors are weaker than the rear links. So let's just bring that one and Control B to shift it round. There we go. Perfect. See the seat swivel in the middle. And now we're driving backwards. So if we do this, we'll go racing up to our field. We can get started on mowing. I might be able to get once or twice around the field. We may have just enough time to do that. So let's come on up through here. That field is... Actually, that's going really well now. We've done just about... Well, we've done half of that field, I would say. The only other thing that we've got to worry about is... I nearly forgot. Let's just take a quick look. How are we doing over here? Fruit types, growth. Right, that's ready to harvest. Where we got... Yeah, there's a bit there that's still waiting to harvest, but there's pretty much ready to harvest. So we've got to think about combining that one. I don't want to do it with the Sampo Rosenlu that we've got at the moment. Because, quite frankly, it's going to take too long. Those are big fields up there. But we've also got to be careful about which combine we do decide to go for, because a big combine is going to be difficult, if not impossible, to get through the gateways. So, yeah, I know that the Big Bud did manage to squeeze through, but I don't think the CR1090 is going to fit through the gateways. Oops, going the wrong way there. Right, the combine is full again. I think I will just nip down and empty that one out. We'll get this through the gateway. And... there we go. Right, no trouble at all getting in there. I'll stop right there. That's my timer to say we've run out of time. I will go and empty out that combine and we'll come back and we'll just get the first round on this field cut. Right, if we come on in, I know I'm driving on the grass at the moment and squashing it down a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to actually shut that gate. I think it'll be a bit easier this time if we have the gate shut while we're going around. And, right, the mowers, I want to unfold that one, and then go to the back and unfold that one as well. Then we will come back to the front, and I'm just going to start right where I am, and then we'll sort of straighten it up as we come round again. So, start, and now I think if I go to that mower there, which is the front one, if I press Control V, it should lower everything that I've got on the tractor down. Does the mowers and the rake, perfect, ideal, that's just what we want. And the width of the rake is about the same as what the mowers are, so we should be okay for that as well. And start coming up through here. So this is excellent. So we're only going to do the first round on the field here, if we even get that far. My weekly question this week is, which silage trailer do you want me to use when we come to gathering up all of this grass we are going to be cutting tomorrow? And the options that you've got are, just go to the actual silage trailers here, there we go, tippers, come up through here, and the first one is the Broughan 18-foot, that is a 28,000 litre trailer. The second one is the Fortuna FTM 200, that is a 33,000 litre trailer. Then we've got the Kaweco Radium 50, a 32,000 litre trailer. That one's got opening and closing gates that go over the top to sort of hold the chaff down as you're going along. Then you've got the ACE10 Marston Silage trailer. That's only 20,000 litres, but I've added this one in because it's very similar in design to silage trailers that a lot of us will have actually used in real life, or certainly those of us in the UK. I don't know how popular these types of trailers are elsewhere, but they're higher on one side and the back than they are on the front and the other side, so that the silage can easily be blown into the top. And then finally we have the, where is it? There we go, the Veenhuis W400 36,000 litre trailer. That one's slightly bigger than the others, but I don't think it's got anything else that stands out, so it kind of, everything is neatly balanced out, I feel, with all of the silage trailers. But there we go. Those are your 5 options. It's your vote, it's your game. Head into the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why, and of course don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. And now then, there's our forestry. We will have to go in there at some point soon, I think. I'm not quite sure when, and I don't know what mods we're going to use when we do a bit of forestry this time round, because we've done quite a bit of forestry lately in Goldcrest, and I'm just wondering what sort of forestry we should be doing. Whether we'll do, you know, kind of a scorpion, the auto load. But we've done all that. I might just spend an episode. Well, although there's some smaller auto load trailers now. I really hate using the cranes, but I think I might use a crane. I will spend an episode messing around with a crane, but I really don't like using them. We'll have to cut sort of short lengths and stuff like that so that we can load them up using a crane. But there's also some auto load trailers that will auto load 5 metre lengths or 4 metre lengths on shorter trailers, which do actually look pretty cool. There's something quite appealing about having the short logs loaded onto small trailers. It does look quite neat and tidy. So then maybe that's what we want to do on here, you know, a smaller scale operation, because that is what this end of the week is supposed to be about, is smaller equipment. I know that we are using an absolutely massive great big mower on the front of this thing, but technically we're still doing small scale operations, because even small farmers these days do tend to use quite big mowers. So I think that we can get away with this. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. We will be doing mowing tomorrow. I will do a little bit with the combine as well, but mostly tomorrow we're all about doing mowing. We'll be mowing and raking, getting everything ready for our silage next week. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.